Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Better get the coleslaw, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue. I got a comment from a bitter black woman who sought to defend the novel and the movie The Color Purple. Now, in a video I did about the racist movie Good Luck, Miss Wyckoff, I explained why that movie was more racist than The Color Purple, and this black woman wanted to go out of her way to try to defend the movie and the book The Color Purple in saying that I was trying to stand up for black men. And yes, I am standing up for black men in the face of anti-black man agendas because I understand the media and I understand the messages in the media are designed to program ideas into your mind regarding black men. And when it comes to most of America's media has always been about looking to demonize the image of heterosexual black men and make black men look like the face of violence and sexual predation. Now, what this viewer doesn't understand is that when it comes down to the media is all about looking to present agendas regarding foundational black American heterosexual black men and about looking to push those agendas inside of their media. And when it came down to the movie and the book The Color Purple, there was an anti-black man agenda being pushed inside of that literature and that movie. And sadly, what happened is an entire generation of young black women wound up with their heads winding up becoming filled with misinformation regarding black men. And instead of seeing black men as fathers, brothers, and husbands, they began to see black men in the way the white supremacists wanted you to see them, as violent sexual predators, and wanted to push a narrative to re-establish the brute caricature that white racists made during the antebellum South regarding the modern black man. That's what was done with the book and the movie The Color Purple, and what Alice Walker was looking to do was looking to go out here and try to get herself a place in white academia by pushing anti-black racism inside of the pages of The Color Purple, telling many of these white leftists and those on the white right what they wanted to hear regarding black men, and wanted to go out here and again gain a place inside of white academia and be established as part of their whole institution. That's what Alice Walker was looking to do when she wrote The Color Purple in, I believe, 1984. This black woman, who was married to a white man of a certain religion, basically wanted to again be a part of white academia and wanted to cement her place in white academia by going out here and pushing anti-black man narratives, first by misinterpreting the works of Zora Neale Hurston, and then going out here and writing her own novel, The Color Purple, which pushed misandristic anti-black man agendas with the character of Mr. Now, the whole book of The Color Purple was all about miscoloring the image of heterosexual black men to make it look like black men were these sexual predators and sexual deviants, and did this in a way that basically had it where we were looking at Mr. and Celie's relationship as the standard that was the thing that happened after slavery in the antebellum South, and did this without ever presenting any sort of context as related to the oppression of slavery and what many of those black men and black women learned during the dark period of slavery under the oppression of the slave master. Because when you take a more balanced look at the whole story of The Color Purple, you can basically see that what Alice Walker is trying to do. She's trying to demonize the image of the black man as some sort of sexual predator, but they don't want to go out here and look at it in a larger context of who taught this black man all of those things that as related to sexual predation. That's the critical question that Alice Walker doesn't go out here and answer, because to answer that question takes us over to that white male slave master and all of the sexual deviancy and that he participated in as he went out here and preyed on black men and black women. And when it came down to that slave master participated in a lot of sexual abuse of both black men and black women. But Alice Walker doesn't want to talk about that at all, or hold this white man accountable in any way, shape, or form for all of the culture of sexual predation that he basically established in black communities. Because what many in white academia don't want to talk about is how the white slave master was the one who participated in lots of sexual deviancy, such as going out here and taking many of the black female slaves and abusing their bodies. This is how many mulatto children wound up being born, and even worse, that same slave master, after having these mixed race children, would not even see that child as their son or daughter. No, that same slave master then went out here and sexually abused his same mulatto son and daughter, and in many cases with his mulatto daughters, even after molesting his mulatto daughters because he didn't see them as human beings, then sent his mulatto daughters out to become prostitutes. And this is something that, the white slave master wants to omit from history, but doesn't want to talk about at all. And when it came down to many male slaves, many of these same slave masters basically participated in homosexual relationships with their slaves, and did this even as part of the buck breaking process. And again, nobody wants to talk about that part of all of the perversion and sexual deviancy that this Christian slave master participated in, and had many of his own people, like his overseers, participate in, all while they went to church on Sunday talking about how they were serving God, while Monday through Saturday they were participating in all sorts of sins of sexual deviancy, such as going out here and sodomizing the male and female slaves, sodomizing and molesting their mulatto children. No, don't want to talk about that part. No, what they want to do is go out here and deflect on the black man and project their whole ideas of sexual predation onto the black man and make the black man look like the bad guy of the story. And that's where Alice Walker's Color Purple fits in. It basically allows white supremacy to go out here and to frame a narrative around the heterosexual black man and make him the face of sexual predation, make him the face of being the sexual predator during a period in time, and frame that narrative and make it look like the black man is the bad guy, and make the black man look like the ultimate villain. And that's where Alice Walker, again, to me, is a reprehensible human being. She willfully, and as part of academia, knew what the context was as related to white men and them, again, promoting the culture of sexual deviancy and sexual predation, but she still wanted to go out here and write a novel looking to demonize the black man. And that's where I have an issue with this woman as related to her ethics. But sadly, when it comes to many black women, they get so caught up in their feelings about what they saw on the screen of the movie The Color Purple, or what they read in the novel. They can't really see how they're being manipulated by Alice Walker and being manipulated by a white corporate media institution that wants to push an anti-black man agenda. They can't see the overall agenda was to, again, go out here and drive a wedge between the black man and the black woman and make it where black women would not see black men as viable partners in relationships or see black men as loving and caring men who were fathers or brothers or other men who wanted to love black women. No, what they wanted to do was use this book and the movie that they made to capitalize on the divide that had been established in the white feminist movement, where a contingent of black women decided to walk away from the black man and walk away from the black man to become a part of the welfare state, where they thought they would get economic security if they didn't have the black man in the house. And as their children were in the house, they were being programmed by television to believe that the black man was lazy, the black man was incompetent, the black man was incapable of taking care of his family. This is the programming that the media wanted to put into black people's minds, and they wanted to program this idea in black people's minds so that they wouldn't see the truth about the racism inside of the job market, where a black man basically had a hard time finding work because many white racists did not want to hire foundational black American men, especially heterosexual black men, because that didn't fit into their agenda. No, it didn't fit into their agenda, and the few jobs that black men could get, like janitor or any other job like porter or maintenance, basically those jobs black men held on to by a thread, because all it took was one white man getting upset over them not having the onion bagels at the newsstand, or his wife basically getting into a fight with him, and he'd take it out on that black man, and that black man would lose his job. No, they didn't want to talk about that part as related to, again, the context of black men and the struggles black men deal with. And sadly, with this viewer, basically, they have grown, as I've seen it, grown up to, again, buy into the programming of people like Alice Walker and Tyler Perry, where they go out here and regularly demonize black men without ever looking at a more balanced picture. And that's the other issue I have with Alice Walker. Again, she willfully and intentionally went out here and twisted the picture of black life. And this was during a time when men like Bill Cosby were trying to balance the picture to show you a more balanced picture of black life, showing us that middle-class lifestyle that many brothers and sisters were living. Alice Walker willfully and intentionally was looking to go out here and try to distort the picture in the color purple, distort the picture to make you believe, oh, this black man is this brute who is out here participating in sexual deviancy, and again, has no control over himself whatsoever. And that's not the case at all. No, that's not the case at all. And if you start to, again, dig deeper into the context of this media, you start to see how Alice Walker, again, was someone who sold out the black community. I mean, this woman, again, married to a white man of a certain religion at the time, and even before that, twisted the work of the late Zora Neale Hurston. I mean, she had an entire generation of women thinking that the guy Logan Killicks, in their eyes, were watching God, was the one who messed up Janie's life, but didn't want to talk about the women in Janie's life who basically messed her up, or talk about that white man who was the father of Janie and Janie's mother. No, don't want to talk about that white man who went out here and raped and violated Janie's mother, and then violated Janie's grandmother as well. Don't want to talk about that part of the story. No, what she wanted to do was frame the story around Logan Killicks being this perverted old black man, and had everybody focused on Logan Killicks, the brute in the story, but not the black women who sold Janie to that black man, or the white men who basically created both of those women by their sexual predation. No, don't want to talk about that in the context, because again, this woman, Alice Walker, doesn't seem to want to hold white men accountable for their part in things. No, what she wants to do is, again, get herself a whole bunch of money by pushing the agendas that the white supremacist wants to see. And as she pushes the agendas that the white supremacist wants to see, she's the one going out here corrupting the minds of many of our sisters, like this viewer was who was watching the video where I talked about the movie Good Luck, Miss Wyckoff, which was, again, another racist film designed to demonize the image of black men by not giving us proper context, because in the movie Good Luck, Miss Wyckoff, we got this white woman talking about how she's single and how everything is not going well in her life, even though she's supposed to be this well-liked white woman. We never get to see how any white men react to her and how many or the reasons why those white men aren't checking for her. Again, a writer who is objective and wants to give you a clear picture, they're going to give you all of the facts of the story and allow you to draw your own conclusions. This is something I do in my own work, and this is why I use revolving first person, because I want you to observe the action, I want you to observe the thoughts and ideas from these characters, and I want you to draw your own conclusions. I want you to come up with your own conclusions regarding the story, and I don't want to go out here and color things so that you get a distorted picture. No, I want you to see the picture as it is. And the way you can do that is, again, seeing these different people and their different perceptions of events. Again, I try to be objective in my work, but that you didn't get that from Alice Walker with The Color Purple. And again, an entire generation of black women got their whole minds messed up, and got their whole minds messed up to the point where we have this gender war going on, and have black women and black men polarized to the point where we sit there fighting each other, and again, allowing the white supremacists to divide and conquer us with their misinformation that is designed to keep us misinformed and keep us working against each other instead of coming together as brothers and sisters. I mean, that's what this whole book, The Color Purple, was really about. Again, all fitting into the white supremacist agenda. They made it part of their literary canon, because I noticed with all of their books in the literary canon, it's always about looking for black stories that, again, present the worst image of black people, and those stories that can have an impact in white supremacy, in having black people, again, divided so that they can be conquered. Again, their black literary canon is poison to foundational black Americans, and we have to understand we are being miseducated in this white system, and books like The Color Purple are propaganda that they use to go out here to be part of that agenda of miseducating and misinforming us. Now, if you want to pick up some of my books on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find those books on Amazon.com, and those positive stories and more balanced stories will give you a more balanced picture of black life and give you a richer picture of the black experience. And if you want to help out the channel, you can drop a donation to the PayPal or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pick up your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Horror of the Hyena Woman. Elle's aspiring angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Get Esteemed Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today. Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.